MailChimp.com. And what I want to go through today is an overview of finding your avatar. Now, this is kind of, as I say, a complete overview of finding your avatar on Facebook, which is going to, we're not going to deep dive as yet, but we're actually going to see if it's worth us even making an offer. All right. So we're going to find out how big our audience is, what sort of things that they're looking for, and stuff like this. So let's quickly jump into this. So I've called this audience insights. Sorry, I've still got this called. And this is going to be working with this particular part right now, right? So this is your avatar. And what we need to do is we need to fill out the various different parts. And what we're aiming to do is we're aiming to fill out the section 1, right? So right here in section 1. So first thing we're going to do is head over to Facebook. It's business.facebook.com/insights. And it's a free tool that's inside of Facebook Business Manager. So if you haven't got a business manager, please set that up. And inside of there, what it's going to do, it's going to show you a basic overall view of everything. Now, we can go a little bit deeper, which is what we're going to do. So this is where we're going to go out and we're going to find our audience size quickly. We're not going to be messing about here. This is just, as I say, an overview so we can find the people who we want. So first thing we'll do, like I say, we're going to go for this number 1 source and the size of the market, right? Because we want to make sure the size is big enough for us. So let's continue on. And we want to get a rough idea and then go in and refine. Now, this is not an in-depth one. Remember, we're only going out to warrant our actual searches. So the first thing that we can do is we can pick the area. So whereabouts is our ideal clients based? So here I've just put in the United States. I'm just making life nice and simple for us. And it's going to give us a feedback on the United States. So do we have an audience in the United States? Is it worth us targeting the United States? Right? That's the thing that we need to know. Next, we can have a look at our ages. So if we've already said our avatar is a certain age, then that's what we can look at right here. So as you can see, we've got between 35 and 44. Now, I've put in the age has to be plus 30, right? So I'm going after entrepreneurs. That's above 30-year-old. And so far, it's given us some nice figures, right? We're getting some good figures there, a bit too big. Now, next, we can go into interest. Now, this isn't going to give us a very specific reading of it, right? We want to be a little bit more specific than what we're actually going to get. So we're typing marketing, as you can see, we've got marketing strategy, viral marketing, digital marketing, marketing communications, influence marketing. We've got all these various different things. So we're not really going to gain an awful lot from that one. But what we can do is we can start niching it down to our Dream 100, right? If our Dream 100 has a big enough following and whatnot, then we can start putting them in. And this is where we can start really getting some groove into it. So first one I put in there is Russell Brunson. As you can see, we're now still on 35 to 45, but our age is creeping up, right? 55, 64, not bad. And there's a lot more women than men, which I wouldn't have expected. So that's quite shocking, actually. Okay. So continue to add some more experts in there, right? And we can see, obviously, that the demographics are changing quite rapidly because we're going after, we're broadening our net. We're going after more horizon, but we've still got plenty of people we can target. And we're up to 11 million people. That's just huge. So if you can't find the person you're searching for, which I know there's a lot of time I try and search for somebody and they don't actually pop up, that could just be because they're using a different name or perhaps their audience is too small. The way to find that out, they might be going by their business name, they might be going by various other things. Go into Facebook and actually have a look on their particular pages. This is going to give you the names that they're actually using. And it'll also give you the insights to the ads they're running, the questions they're getting asked, and various other things like this, which is really quite good. Now, we can then go into the software. Now, depending on what sort of experience you want your ideal avatar to have, then this can be really important. So, for example, if I wanted just a starter, I would go for like some MailChimp, right? It's a very, very simple program. It's an email autoresponder. It's basic, right? So mainly only beginners use MailChimp. And again, I can start seeing my figures changing all over again, right? So now I've got down to 14 million, right? Down. I think it's actually went up a little bit, right? So what questions are they asking in amongst the MailChimp? So I'll go into the MailChimp page. I would have a quick look, particularly MailChimp group. I would have a look at what questions they're asking, what sort of thing are they talking about, and various other matters like this. This is going to give me an awful lot more information again. We can look at their education and work. Now, one word of warning on this, the education and work isn't as exact, right? So be a little bit more careful when you're using this particular one. I tend to stick to interest targeting. So it's a little bit easier. The interest target we know is a lot more exact science, so we can know that we're in the right place. In the beginning, stick the interest, and now you can save your audience, right? This is really, really good. We've now got a whole narrowed down thing, and we can kind of go into it a little bit further on down the line, right? So we've proved that there is a market there for us, and we've proved that this market is asking the questions. We know that they're asking the questions. We've been over there, had a quick look in, and then we can start going into other bits, all right? So let's just quickly turn that part off. And while we're going into other bits, we can actually look at what else Facebook's going to show us. All right. So if we go into here, as we can see, we've got the various top cities. So we can go into the cities. We can go into the top pages that they're using. Right. So none of these really apply too much. And go for like all sorts of various different parts where we can kind of really deep dive into the whole of Facebook. But at the beginning, we're just making sure we've got enough audience to actually go out and sell to. So now we know that we've got our software, we've got our offer all in place, so we know we can go out and it's worth us going out and marketing.